Can you imagine what would have happened if I had never met you? Will you tell me that your life has been better since I came through? Am I everything you ever needed? Is this love enough for you? Can we agree to always commit to me and you?
Chill.
Yeah, we're not really like doing takes or take one, take two. We just kind of roll with it. And if it's really bad, I just had
Very good. All right. You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right. Welcome, musicians and sneakers, for another show, man. Today I got an artist, man, that I am very fond of. Beautiful singer, beautiful spirit, man. You're going to love this one. All right, guys, today I'm interviewing a friend of mine, man, a monster in the jazz community and the Fort Worth community. I asked her to be on the show because I know she should already have a Grammy. A million Grammys, man, and I know she's super talented, man, and I'm a big fan of her. Musicians and sneakers, ladies and gentlemen, Tatiana, LadyMay, Mayfield.
Hello.
So, been a while since I saw you. I know we've been trying to get this together for a while. We the pre-COVID thing happened. Matt got sick. I got sick, and you had some family issues that you were going through. I'm glad I'm finally sitting here and we're healthy, man. How you feeling? How you doing?
I'm doing well. Doing better.
That's
doing
good.
Great.
That's good. You look great.
Thank you. So do you.
You said you dropped what, 15 pounds?
I'm
killing it in the gym.
I'm trying, you know.
You're killing it in the gym. Nah, so pretty much, man. I just want to know about you, as if I don't know you. I know you know me, and I know you, and just let the world know what a beautiful spirit you are, and hear your beautiful music. So, I think the first question I'll ask, and I know this: where did you grow up, and where are you from?
I grew up in West Fort Worth.
Okay.
And that's where it all started. I grew up with a very musical family.
Okay.
Well, parents that really love music anyway.
Okay.
My
Did
mom,
they play, sing?
Yeah, well, my parents didn't. They're not like musicians or whatever, but my mom used to sing, comes from a family of singers and entertainers and stuff like that. I think my dad's family, they're musical too, but not like pursue music. So, but both of my parents can sing and stuff.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. And so just a lot of music in the home, everything. My parents were very open-minded musically. I mean,
that's awesome, because that's a good segue, because my mom was gospel and we couldn't listen to anything but gospel. So you could listen to everything.
We listened to everything. Funny enough, we didn't listen to a whole lot of gospel. We listened to Mahalia though.
Yeah, everybody.
But we listened to everything. Like my parents, of course, both of them had a love for jazz, but especially my mom. Okay. My dad loved classical music. They like world music. Pretty much everything that like felt good. Of course, you know, classic soul, all the Motown stuff, and Delphonics, you know, all them,
Oh, yeah.
all them old school groups. If
My
people
wife
don't
grew
talk
up like
to you,
that. They were. Her mom had music playing all the time, man. And
All the time.
my mom had one of those old wooden record players, but it was all gospel. I used to have to sneak music in, like with a tape player, to listen up, because I was such. When you're an artist, man, you hear music and it's stuff
All day long.
It's inside of you. So I was hearing this stuff and I couldn't play it in the house. I had to sneak in like drugs or something.
Oh my God.
Did you? So was your talent recognized by you early? Were you always singing as a kid? Annoying the family?
I wouldn't say I was annoying the family, but I was singing a lot. I used to make up little songs with my, like we always had the little wind up toys or the little music boxes and stuff. I'd be outside, singing along with things. I think my mom noticed kind of early. I remember the first time she really noticed, I was probably about 6, maybe. There used to be this tape set. It was a book and a cassette tape, and it was called
like that.
and it came with a tape. It was called "Shake It to the One You Love the Best." Do you remember seeing that?
I don't remember that, but I remember those books with the tapes in them. Yeah.
This one came with a tape and it had all these songs on it, and I would learn the songs and I'd sing along with them, and I was in my room singing by myself. At least I thought nobody was listening.
Yeah.
My mom heard, she was like, "Oh my God, she got a little voice." And then I got real shy after I realized people were listening, so I didn't sing in front of anybody for a long
Did you
time.
know you could sing, or you just thought you was just?
I just thought I was just,
Something.
being a kid, just singing, but I didn't realize I was a weird kid. I was always in my room. I would take different of my parents' albums and stuff and listen to them. I had a Play School record player.
Okay. I remember those.
Come on, Play School, boy,
those.
the little blue needle.
That actually worked. Yeah, that actually worked.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And I was
remember
bringing albums, and then of course, we're probably the last generation of using cassette tapes.
Yeah.
So I was listening to cassettes, or I had the blank ones, and I would record myself, or I would make up little shows and be silly. Me and my cousin used to make up shows, and we would claim to have musical guests, but we would be recording people off the radio, putting it in between, like, "Oh, Brandy came today, yay!"
Oh, that's hella creative.
It is though, but that puts you in the mind of an artist. 'Cause that's
Shout out to my cousin Chris. We used to do that all the time. Like he'd come over, we'd make up our little shows and stuff,
that
and be
was funny.
singing. But anyway, it was music from sun up to sundown with my parents and my brothers and sisters. So I'm the baby, and my
I didn't
room
know
was
that.
in the middle of my brother and my sisters. So at one point in elementary school, it was kind of a fight of whose stereo was gonna be louder in the
oh
morning.
my Lord.
So whoever's stereo I heard in the morning, whoever's
Yeah.
song I heard first, that was the song I heard in my head all day long. I used to get in trouble for singing at school, like singing to myself. I didn't realize
I got in trouble
was.
beating on the desk.
Yeah, I used to be the when you start beatboxing,
Yeah.
I used to
Yep.
get in trouble for stuff like that.
I was
Yeah.
that dude with the pencil, because this was my kick drum and my snare. Then I had the pencil for my hi hat.
Exactly.
Yeah, I used to get in trouble for that. Is that when you discover that you love music? Like, is that when you actually realize, okay, I like music, or this is what I want to do? Or is that too early?
Oh, man. No, I realized I loved music very, very early because I was just surrounded by it so much. But there were 2 instances in my life where it was apparent that, like, oh, this is it for me.
Yeah.
When I discovered The Wiz when I was in 3rd grade.
You can't win.
Oh my
We was just singing that
god!
the other day.
I was watching when The Wiz was introduced to me, and we had the vinyl too.
Yeah.
So I literally learned all the songs and I would sing them
Wow.
every day, and then I watched the movie every day.
Yeah,
I got
watched the movies
obsessed
too.
with
Yeah.
it, but that was like when I really started learning how to sing, because I
Okay.
would learn all those songs. And I think like I would record myself singing little Diana Ross songs and stuff.
Wow.
And that was just game changer. And then they bought me The Wiz on Broadway, the one with Stephanie Mills.
Yeah.
And
Stephanie
I
is
was
a
like,
beast.
what?
Yeah,
Like it
Stephanie
just
was a
that
beast.
was it. When I heard her sing Be a Lion at Home, that was it. And then a few years later after that, the Cinderella with Brandy and Whitney Houston came out.
Oh, yeah,
and
that
I
was
was
dope.
like, that was like my favorite thing
So
ever.
I guess so, and you probably named some then, because I can segue to. I was gonna ask you, what artist inspired you early? Because it's 2-part question. What artist inspired you early, and later, or now?
How am I much time do we have? so
Whatever
many.
you want to do, I know.
I mean, as a young kid, of course, those things like that. Like I loved Brandy. Who didn't love Whitney Houston? But then I also didn't realize how much I was internalizing my parents' music. So. You know, I knew all this stuff that I didn't realize people my age probably didn't really know, because my parents were always playing music. My dad had this bomb Pioneer setup, had them Pioneer speakers and the record player. My dad had the whole setup. We had all the, you know, because both of them, they had.
You're going to do it right.
You're going to do it. My dad used to play music so loud on the weekends, you could feel it in your chest. I'd be like, oh no, daddy's up. Oh, I can't
Daddy's
breathe.
up.
I can't breathe. No. It was so great. But anyways, so I'm internalizing all their music, you know, like Temptations, Aretha Franklin. My mom loved some Nancy Wilson, so she became my favorite jazz singer early on. Oh my gosh, of course, you know, Stevie Wonder, MJ. But like I said, we used to listen to Adele's Phonics. What you know about that Hey Love soundtrack? Hey Love, that album collection was played every day
I
of the
love music
week.
knowledge, man.
Yeah, you know, like all that classic soul on top of the jazz. You know, we heard the Sarah Vaughan, the Ella, and Miles Davis, and Coltrane. All those different
Miles is always
elements.
my favorite. Everybody, if you know me, you know I love Miles. My dog name is Mouse.
Aww.
So, not calling Miles a dog, but my dog's name is Miles. But
that's
everything is Miles around my house. I love Miles. What about now? Like, who are you listening to now?
Who am I listening to right now? Who's on the playlist?
And if it's too many, just give me a couple.
There's way too many. I am like this. I like all kinds of music as long as it sounds good and makes me feel good. So what people don't know about me is that my genre liking or whatever, my genre preferences go beyond just jazz, R&B, hip hop. So I like some EDM. I like some rock music. I like all kinds of stuff.
I didn't know that.
I really like pretty much anything. If it sounds good and it's telling me a story and we've got some motion going on,
You like it.
you know, like chordally, like harmonically, then I'm gonna dig it. Like, cause I like all kinds of music, and I thank my parents for that, because I mean, you'll go to my parents' house to this day and they still got the 5-disc CD changer up in there.
I got a record player. So I still use my record player.
They do too, and I do too. I have one at the house, and but like you'll go in there, you might hear some Navajo music, and followed by some Nancy.
Sound like some Navajo's, like Christian Scott. He'll throw some stuff in there that's kind of crazy. You know? I didn't mention, I don't want to move on without saying it. I've been knowing you for a while, but throughout COVID, I didn't mention that you got married. So I got to give the mister a shout out, man. We got to give him a shout out.
Shout out to my husband, Marcus Brown. We got married. Okay, so real quick story about that. March of 2020, we had, like, right the week we sent out our wedding invitations when COVID happened.
Yeah, oh Lord.
So
y'all
so, you know, but like everyone, we thought it wasn't gonna last that long. So we're like, well, our wedding is until June. Right. Things will probably be okay by then.
And it lasts a long time.
Exactly. So we canceled our wedding, and then we were trying to work stuff out with the venue. But they were like, oh, you need to do it before the end of the year. So we were like, oh, okay. But then COVID wasn't getting any better, so we canceled it again. But since I still had the venue and stuff, I was like, well, we gotta do something with it. I had like a small Christmas show that December of, what was that? I guess December of last year. So I just did that. But we're gonna do something later on. We finally went on vacation.
Where'd y'all go?
We went on a cruise.
That's dope.
Royal Caribbean. So that was nice. That was our
marriage is beautiful. I didn't want to leave that out because that's an important milestone. Because it happened during COVID, I would have mentioned it during COVID, but it's been a while.
Well, I'm really thankful for that, because my husband, you know, he's a wonderful human being. He supports me through everything, and I'm really thankful that we went ahead and got married anyway. We just eloped. We went to Austin and got up with our pastor there.
That's good.
And
that's good.
Shout out to Pastor Jones.
Shout out Pastor
Jones. And but they did a really nice setup for us. We got married at this kind of like a park. It was like on the water. It's like a lake.
Oh wow. Okay.
And so they got a photographer to come out and everything. So we still got pictures. It was really beautiful.
Oh,
it was really sweet of them to do that.
Marriage is beautiful.
So it is. It's wonderful, and especially in this time, I was very thankful that we had each other, because this is a really hard time.
Yeah, I didn't think about that, because you were newly married and now you're stuck in the house together.
Right.
So I ain't even gonna talk about that.
No, it was fine.
Was
okay.
It's hard being in the house together sometime when you can't go on. But anyway, back to music. I had the opportunity of playing on an awesome album.
Yes, you did.
Entitled The Next Chapter.
The Next Chapter.
And I don't know if you're working on anything new, but I want to talk about The Next Chapter. Just to put names out there, because I love to give people shout outs. Can you name some of the artists on the album?
So first of all, on the track that you played on called Freedom, my very, very dear friend, and I call him my little brother, Jamarcus Bridges. He produced that.
Yeah, Pocketbook is the name of our band.
Yes, Pocketbook and Jamarcus, just fantastic. And of course, I had a plethora of amazing
everybody who is
Dallas
everybody
musicians.
Everybody who is everybody in Dallas.
Yes. Oh gosh,
I know Caleb's on it.
Yeah, Caleb. Wes Stevenson.
Wes Stevens is on it.
Terrence Hobby. Brian Harmon.
He has strings.
Shoot, what we say, Caleb.
Yeah, we say Caleb. Bass.
Damon Callahan. Mike Lizecki. Joel Cross, who's now in New York.
Okay.
Well, he might not be in New York anymore, but he was working with NDRE for a while.
Okay, wow.
Oh God, please forgive me if forget any
forgive
names.
Us. We'll put the names
Phil
up there.
Alany.
Yeah.
Oh, Bimbo Herkes, my very, very dear friend, Bimbo Herkes.
If you forget somebody, we'll put the names up.
Phil Alany, did I already say?
I got him on the album thing.
Yes.
But what inspired the Next Chapter?
I just wanted to do something different, and I wanted to showcase the fact that, you know, like neo soul and everything is also something that's very much in my spirit, like very much the vibe.
Because when people hear you, they hear jazz. When I first met you, it was jazz, and then when the Next Chapter came out, it was almost like, okay, she's multi-talented because she's doing something totally different from what I'm used to hearing. Outside of, you played some stuff with us. I mean, we remixed a Christmas song.
Yeah.
We played that live. So it was what inspired you to go outside that jazz?
Well, just the fact that, like I said, I grew up with a lot of classic soul. I listen to, you know, R&B, new and old. I listen to that all the time, and that's very much part of my thing. And when people come see me in my live shows, I mix it up.
Okay.
I do jazz and I do R&B and I do neo soul and stuff like that. And I wanted to showcase that side of me, but also another writing side of me. On the project before, Portrait of LadyMay, I mixed it up. It was straight ahead, and then toward the end of the record, it was more contemporary stuff. But I wanted to give more of that side, and just kind of, you know, every album is a snapshot of where you are musically and as an artist. And at that point in time, I was trying to, I would say, there's, you know, a lot of transitioning. I was in my late 20s, you know, you're trying to figure out what you're doing and you're trying to try different things. But I just really wanted to showcase, like, that I write different styles and that I'm not in a box. I just think that artists should be allowed to be who they are fully. To
be artists, that's what the word is.
Exactly. Yeah. And so it runs the gamut for me. I like all kinds of music, pop music included. So.
Give me a song on the track, and then give me the reason for creating it. Like when I asked different artists, we talked to Dana earlier, and Dana said her creation is because of the stuff she's been through in life. That's how she writes music. Give me a track on the Next Chapter and why.
Well, let's start with Freedom, the one that you played on. When folks are startled in the street by seeing folks who look like me, we gotta change that mentality, that if you're different, you must be a threat to me. I just wanna be protected from those whose minds are infected with racism, prejudice, hatred, whose authority needs correction.
Change is a free land of liberty, but not for
no. Land where my brothers die. Children cry. Well, I definitely when Jamarcus sent me the the demo track for it, I was like, man, this music feels deep to me. And at that point in time, we'd had a lot going on with police violence, which, you know, it's been going on, but now people are seeing it more because we got cameras on our phones and stuff now.
Finally, you know,
right.
Finally getting some.
People are seeing what, you know, black folks have been saying since like the beginning of time. So anyway, we had a lot of young black men getting murdered during that time at the hands of police and stuff like that. And it was just weighing on me really heavy because it seemed like at one point, it was every week. When I wrote that song was around the time that Alton Sterling had been killed. And it broke my heart so bad, and I was so angry, and I was like, I need to figure out a way to channel this into music some kind of way. I want to be able to talk about it, but I also don't want to talk about everything and it be doom and gloom. We got to have some type of way to empower, and to, you know, and it also be a teaching thing. I wanted everybody to be able to listen to it and be like, oh wow. And then when Roderick Parker put his poetry on it, it just brought the whole thing together. Shout out to Roderick.
Of us talking, because I want people to hear that, then I want to hear them to hear some of the poetry on the end. So maybe go from a certain point, but that was probably my favorite track on it, only because we played on it. I hate listening to myself play. Everybody knows it. So I was like,
nobody likes listening to themselves. I don't like listening to myself either.
It was a lot of I think my favorite track was Insomnia.
Yes,
Insomnia is my, outside of me trying to be biased and love my track, I love
that. Has a story for sure. So I wrote that song a while back before I really kind of finished this record. I wrote that song around 2013, 2014. Oh wow. But I have bouts of just not being able to sleep with my mind running. Right. I would have bouts of insomnia, and I was like, all right, I need to just pen to paper, I need to get this out. And I kind of came up with this tune and came up with this vibe. And then once we got into the studio, him and Terrence and Caleb just brought it to life. You know, I presented the idea and they just would. So, but yeah, I just kind of wanted to, I feel like a lot of people feel anxiety. The song is about feeling anxiety, really, and not being able to sleep, but just deeper, just this battle that a lot of us have of feeling like we're not enough, feeling like we're not doing enough, feeling like there's always more to do. Right. And it was very open. I wanted to be very honest about, and even just being a young woman, you know, I was in, like I said, I was in my late 20s, and just all these different things that were going through my mind and trying to keep up. So I wanted it to be kind of an honest song about that experience.
It's a beautiful song, man.
Thank you.
It's good to hear the back side of it, but before the back side.
And I did write it in the middle of the night.
Oh, really? So I think, you know what? I think that's an artist thing, because I stay up in the middle of the night. I'm not a keys player. I'm a drummer and a bass player, so I can't play keys. I can't get up in the middle of the night and just put something on the keys. But I stay up all night with songs in my head. And what I put it on Facebook one day. What makes me mad is sometimes if I don't put something on paper, when I get up in the morning, I don't remember it.
Yeah.
So I have to get up in the middle of the night. And
that's so frustrating, isn't it? Especially when you dream a great song.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You wake up and you're like,
So yeah. And in the dream, you like, oh, this is gonna hit. This is gonna be great. And then you wake up. And
you know, there's only one song, and it's on this record. So the song "Forgive Me Someday." That was a song that came to me in a dream that I woke up in the middle of the night and I got up and was like, blah, blah, piano. And it was also the first song I wrote lyrics before music. I normally always, I function in the way of an instrumentalist more so, and how I approach music. I usually lay the foundation of chords. Yeah, like chords and melody first, and then I put lyrics to it later based on the vibe that I felt when I was laying it down. But this was the first time that the opposite happened. I had written the lyrics out, and then the music came to me in my sleep. And people are like, oh, is this a true story? Is this? I was like, no, actually, I've never cheated on a person. I have been a faithful person in all my relationships. But I have been like watching a bunch of stuff. You know, you watch trash TV. You watch too many episodes of Maury.
Put it in your head.
Maury, or you know, everybody's known somebody, or you know, people with experience that they've been cheated on, or they've been in a situation where they have been that person. And I don't know, it was just more of a story song for me. That one did not come from from personal experience of being on that end. I've been on the other end, but I ain't
me
been
too.
on that end.
Are you following up the next chapter with some? Are you working on something now?
I'm currently I'm in a weird place right now, actually, but I'm trying to start writing more and arranging more. One goal that I have, something that I really want to start doing, is actually writing for other singers. That's something that I really want to get into, is like not just writing but arranging music for other singers.
Like right now, that if you had the opportunity to write for them.
Like what, here or just in general?
You're like a dream, somebody that's a bucket list.
Oh my gosh.
Because they're going to hear it and they're going to say, okay, let me go ahead and
That's
call
a hard one. Well, I will say this. I'm really excited about this Christmas because I'm doing a show with the McKinney Philharmonic, and I've been given the opportunity to arrange. Yay! December 3rd. I'm writing an arrangement for me and Candace Mahogany to sing together.
I want to be there.
Please come. But I'm really excited to be writing something for her.
Yeah,
so
I want to be there. I support you because I live in McKinney.
Yay, come
I live in McKinney
out.
now.
It's going to be a great show. But yeah, I'm writing a string arrangement for the McKinney Philharmonic. They're going to feature 2 of mine this year. I'm so excited.
The string arrangements are crazy because you had strings on the next chapter.
Yes, but I did not do those because that was before I learned how to write for strings. So I
forgot their number. I need them back because you gave me their number a while back, whoever you had.
So shout out to, there's 2 people that wrote strings on that record. Okay. So Forgive Me Someday, Ben Bojorquez did the arrangement, and Drew Zaremba did the arrangement on Sweet Refrain.
That's the one.
Yeah.
I need to talk to them.
You talk to them, yes.
Because you gave me somebody's number like when it came out, the album dropped, and then I just lost it. So not working on music right now, just working on writing.
Yeah, a lot of writing, because in the midst of everything, so I finished my master's degree in 2020. Thank you. In the height of the pandemic. That was rough, having to finish that. Yeah. In the height of everything. But I went back to school and got my master's in jazz comp. So now I've acquired some better writing skills, and like now, like I said, I can write for strings now. So I've done a few of those things myself, and so I'm looking forward to doing more of that. So right now I'm just kind of writing, and I got some ideas up under my sleeve, but I'm not ready to talk about them yet.
No, don't talk about
till I solidify. But I'm really excited though, because I'm just in a place of just kind of creating right now. And
I think artists forget that behind the scenes, the writing and gaining the knowledge and composition. Theory is always the thing that people forget, especially in Dallas. Everybody's just choppy. And I think it's a lost art, man. And I commend you for somebody to say, hey, I'm writing strings now. That's big. That's big.
Because I always wanted to.
I do too, and I can't.
I love strings and music, and I was like, because it's fine, of course, I'm always like this. If when I can't do something, I know I can find somebody, or I know somebody that can, who can do it better. But there's always something really like self-fulfilling when you can do something yourself. Of course, if you want something a certain way, then you'd be like, well, I'm going to hire out for that. But just as a challenge for my own self, and the fact that like I realized I was trapped in my mind a lot, like I would have ideas that I couldn't express because I'm like, I don't know what that looks like, or I don't know what chord that is, or I don't, So and it's so frustrating. But when you're able to gain the knowledge to unlock it, because I feel like make music however you can make music, because there's a million ways to do that now. But I feel like the more knowledge that you have, the better the music that you make is, and the more creative you can be, honestly. I try to tell that to my students all the time. Learn as much as you can. Don't ever be limited, and don't feel limited. If you want to learn that, go learn it. If you want to learn some drums, go learn some drums. I'm really into like hand percussion and stuff right now, so I'm learning things like that. Some stuff I've taught myself, but I'm trying to like actually go learn from somebody. But I've always wanted to do that. Funny enough, the instrument that I wanted to play growing up, I wanted to play drums.
Oh, really?
I used to make makeshift drum sets in my house all the time when I was a kid.
My mom, it's funny because I said this on the last show. Most people in Dallas didn't even know I'm still a baby at drums, right? My mom wouldn't let me play because, of course, we lived in apartments and we can't play.
Too loud.
I didn't play drums until 2003, and before that, because my background is orchestra. Before that, I played bass. People on the show won't hear me say this again because I just said it last show. I played upright in high school and middle school. So I didn't play drums, but drums was my thing. I wanted to play it. So when I went to the Army, I started, and that was like when I was getting out of the Army in 2003, and it was just that. I'm like, if I want to play it, I'm gonna make myself play it.
Yeah.
And I went through the hard phases, but I learned to do it. So that's motivating for me because I want to start picking up more stuff and be, multi-dimensional.
Yeah, you're never too old, and you're never too. I mean, like, just do it.
Yeah.
Don't put limitations on yourself. That's something that I've really been learning here recently. We think, if you don't learn it by a certain thing, then there's no hope.
Music is one of the only things you don't retire from. You don't retire from it. You can do it till you die.
And I didn't play drums when I was a kid because I thought, my parents are gonna think this is too loud.
Okay.
So I didn't. But I ended up playing trombone all through school. So a lot of people didn't know I was a brass player, marching band. I was band nerd. I cried when I didn't make drum major. Like, that's how serious it was.
Was you like first chair? Or
yes.
Really?
I was first chair a lot.
In upright bass.
But I'm not in jazz band though. I was like, no, I can't play that.
Jazz band. If you just learning, jazz band was hard because I wanted to get in jazz band, and I would come down. I went to Dallas Carter, and I would come downstairs and hear the jazz band. I'm like, there's no way that I'm gonna do all this stuff. But those are kids who already were playing, years before.
I played trombone and sang for our jazz band in high school.
Oh,
so
wow.
That was cool.
You had to do all the slides and stuff. You said you teach. I know this, but the world doesn't. So you teach.
I teach commercial voice, and what that means is I teach voice lessons that are not classical. So it's everything that's not classical. So it's all pop music, whether it's jazz, R&B, pop, country, whatever. That's what I
What's
teach.
the age group?
Now I'm teaching college students. So I've been teaching at Dallas College, Cedar Valley campus. Gotta make sure I say that right because we've now merged to be Dallas College and not Cedar Valley College. But I've been teaching there since 2015, and then I also teach currently at UTA for their commercial program. I've been there since 2020.
Dang, girl, you working?
Working 2 campuses. The adjunct positions, you gotta force your full-time position. You know how that goes.
I know, right?
But yeah, so I teach commercial voice at both places. Okay. But I also teach a course at Dallas College. Okay. Said vocal ensemble, but I kind of like remixed it a little bit.
Something I ask every artist. I want to know about. Failure was a bad word. We didn't discover which word we wanted to use, but I want to learn about some failures. Or something you could have done different, but then something that gave you wisdom from that failure. I talked about, I hate talking about this, but I talked about playing at Oak Cliff Bible Fellowship when I learning how to play drums, and I had to play with Caleb. And the set list was Ty Tribbett. So you're a new drummer.
Yeah, that's rough.
Ty Tribbett.
That's hard.
And
Ty don't play.
Yeah, so I completely bummed trying to play Spanky drums, play like Spanky. Maybe not a bum moment, but just something you learn from a mistake or something you learn from something in life that.
How much time do you have? No, I'm kidding. That's gonna be my response to everything. Well, honestly, I felt like the next chapter was a failure for me.
Really?
Yes, because I talked about this kind of mildly in another interview I did with Dallas Morning News a few years ago. Because it took me forever to finish this project. I started it in 2014, and I released it 2018. And honestly, when I released it, I really wasn't ready to release it in the sense that what happened was since I was doing it on my own and I didn't crowdfund because I was afraid to crowdfund again because I had crowdfunded to go on tour to Europe. So I was like, I don't want to ask people for money again, but I should just did it anyway. But it took me forever. So by the time I released it, I already felt like I was in a different place. But when I released it, I didn't have any money to promote it because all the money went into the production, went into the mixing, went into the mastering, went into the graphic design and cover all this stuff. And also we were right on the edge of now everything is streaming and stuff. People aren't buying CDs anymore. So I had all these CDs, which is the web, and people, and so now I find myself just kind of giving CDs away, but sometimes I'll sell them depending on the concert circumstance. But I felt like that was my biggest failure because I didn't plan it well enough.
But you learned from it.
Plan better. Financially budget your projects. Like look at what you want to do go ahead and budget how much it's gonna cost to pay said musicians, for the studio time. Like, budget all of it that you're gonna need, but also budget for your branding and your marketing of it.
Anytime you need me, you don't budget for me. Not nobody else. But I believe in you, and I want you to win. So you don't owe me anything. I'll play for you.
Oh,
anytime.
I appreciate that.
I'm
But
better,
yeah, that
I'm
was
better
the
than I
thing.
was in 2003.
Aren't we all better than we were in 2003?
But it's amazing to see your growth and where you come from, and since I've known you, and I really appreciate you for even just gracing us with your presence.
Anytime.
Matt loves to have questions, but he didn't have any. You got any today? I haven't heard you speak.
No, I'm just listening because I've never met you before. It's like all the other people I kind of know a little bit.
You don't even know what you're missing, man.
So, like, I haven't had the opportunity yet to hear your music, and so I'm very curious. You know,
I'm gonna drop you something today. You
feel comfortable singing anything, or how's your voice?
I ain't warmed up today, but
Give us a little sample or something.
what do you want to hear?
Whatever you want to say, whatever you feel comfortable.
Oh my gosh, this is
Whatever
like
you
every
sing is gonna be
singer's
beautiful.
nightmare. Is when people put you on the spot to sing something.
Saying nice like
Well, we were
this,
just saying, you know.
Hey, Josh. No. So, well, you know, it's funny now you say that. Like, this week, I tried to challenge myself to record a video to put on socials every day this week.
Ooh.
So I've been trying to come up with different things to play and sing, or I did like a little acapella standard the other day.
Have you been posting it?
Yeah, you can go on my Instagram, see them. Instagram and TikTok. I'm finally on there.
Is it out under the same name?
Yeah, LadyMay Jazz.
Okay.
Find me at LadyMay Jazz, y'all. Please go there. I don't know.
Whatever you want to say.
Oh,
You use I may be saying it wrong. Is it a vocoder sometimes?
I use an effects pedal sometimes.
Effects pedal
They
is-
don't make it anymore.
What?
The one that I use, which makes me sad. So if it breaks, I gotta go on
got a
eBay and
video.
find
we
it.
We were on stage, and I might find it and put it on the camera. And we went into something else, and she was just on that, and like her voice was crazy. I might even look for it.
Oh Lord.
You gonna sing something? You don't have
I'm
to.
trying to think. I don't literally. I have blanked out. I don't know.
I'm gonna find this video.
I have no idea what to sing right now. Like, I don't even know.
Some off the album, like 5 seconds.
Okay.
10
Which,
seconds.
Like a whole song.
Or you can give us a jazz standard, whatever you want to do. I'm finna find this video.
Jazz standard of jazz.
Standard.
A standard. Let's see.
If not, don't worry about it.
No, it's fine. I literally is like, you know, when everybody asks you something normally.
Sing
you
something,
think about
girl.
it,
They take you,
and
put you in
like,
front of the church.
Yeah, you're like, I don't know.
Song.
Whoa, you don't know what you finna do. Like,
I know I can't stand that. I know.
Sunday.
Oh, I remember
It's
that.
fine.
Oh, this might be it.
You found.
Well, who one of these supposed to be playing that?
What did we go into?
We stopped.
Oh,
you
y'all
gonna
went
say
into
say
that.
we're not singing that? Why?
Oh. Okay, I remember now.
They gonna tell him.
Everybody got mad.
They were wanting to do that song.
That Robert Glasper, that's what it
Yeah,
was.
And when you said we're not doing it, it was like,
Oh, that's funny. Shoot. Come on, throw some songs to me that I might know the lyrics to.
I would say ad lib off that, but we ain't got no music. Let's see. You know Jesus Children?
Jesus Children of America, not the lyrics.
Uh,
So here's what you're gonna learn. Okay, so here's another thing about me. So I am a vocalist, but lyrics do not stay with me very long.
that's cool.
And you know what? Ella made me feel better about that because she used to mess up lyrics all the time.
Oh, she
People
did?
didn't realize
She
it,
did.
but she
But
did.
she kept going. And
She would
kept,
keep, but then she'd make up stuff that was better.
Yeah.
Than
Yeah.
what-
yeah.
Like-
Because what we'll do, I hate drum solos. Yeah, y'all gonna
You hate
understand.
drum solos, really?
It depends.
What?
It depends. I hate to play top 40s in the drum solos because it's just like Hillsong. So if we're playing top 40s and somebody say, get a drum, I hate it. Now, if we're playing Robert Glasper or we playing something in our genre that we like to play, yeah, top 40s I can't stand. I can't stand playing solos in it.
I understand that though, because sometimes it don't really make sense. Like it's not really necessary.
Put a solo on top of Journey's "Don't Stop Believing." You know what I mean?
You know what I'm gonna do this week? Funny enough, you bring that song up. What if "Don't Stop Believing" met like an R&B acoustic version?
Just like everybody, Robert brought out Kurt Cobain doing that. We can do that.
Just a small town girl.
Okay.
Living in a lonely world. She took the midnight train going anywhere. Just a city boy, born and raised in South Detroit. No, I'm just playing. No,
My goodness.
but anyway, we're gonna do an R&B version of "Don't Stop Believing."
Okay, that'd
Because
be dope.
the soulful people need to not stop believing too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that was dope.
We need to continue to believe.
I do too. I was listening to it on the way. I ain't gonna lie. I was looking for the
Journey.
I was looking for the full. I mean, my music is crazy. Yeah,
And it's, you know what though, the only thing that makes me mad about that song is that because it is a great song, people have overdone it,
yeah.
and they haven't always done it great.
So this is the typical Journey question: the Asian guy or the white guy?
I like the original. But I'm always somebody that's gonna lean toward
The original.
the standard groups.
Yeah, me too.
You know,
It's always an
it's got to be David Ruffin
Yeah.
and the Temptations.
Ain't nobody come to see you. You remember that? You see that movie?
Yes.
Ain't nobody come to see you, Otis.
Man, that movie was so great. I don't think
love
that
that movie.
movie
Oh,
got
jeez.
the accolades
that
that
movie
it
was
deserved.
that movie was phenomenal.
It was
right.
excellent. It was
Love
excellent.
that
It's like it's always fights in them groups back then.
Man, but David Ruffin did
Yeah.
something else.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was something else. But the brother could sing. I know you won't receive me. You know, you gotta growl with that. You better. But I refuse to let you
Oh, my
go.
goodness.
You know what I'm saying?
What do you say as a woman? Like when your man tell you that, he's like, I know you want it, but I refuse. And do you just turn around and just go, okay, he refused.
I don't know. Well, you know, in today's time, that ain't gonna fly.
you
People
go
are
to
gonna be
court.
like, "This is
You go to
abusive."
court. It's just,
Right? Like this is abusive.
some of the
This
stuff
is
they were saying,
misogynistic. We
some
can't
of the
do
stuff
this
they
now.
were saying back then, it's like, how can you say this?
Wait,
to a girl?
hold on. So now I got something. If you listen to a lot of those old songs, I mean, obviously it's a different generation. But what's the one? It's a Christmas song. And
Oh, baby, it's cold outside.
Yeah.
The stalker anthem.
yes.
Yeah.
Like I actually sat and listened to that one day. And
Yeah,
I
it's
was like,
kind
oh
of disturbing. It is, but you know what? There's a lot of songs when you really
What
break
about the
them down
one
are
where dude
disturbing.
broke up with his girl at
Yeah.
the end of it? And he broke up with his girl at
Wait,
the end
what
of
song?
it. It was I
it a
saw you.
Christmas song?
I saw you walking. What was the name of that song?
What?
And
What
then
song
he,
is
then he was at the end. He was just like, "You ain't nothing but a can of something." They was just telling her.
Is this a
off-
Christmas song?
No, it's just a regular
Oh.
R&B song, but back in the day.
What do you think?
All them songs was a trick
Oh
though.
man, what was the name of that song? I was gonna play it, but we ain't got no.
Oh, y'all, so there's a song that I heard recently. So shout out to my brother real quick, because he's been a big inspiration in my life musically, because my brother listened to all kinds of stuff. Like he went on his own journey musically, so I would find out about even more people that like my parents maybe not have gotten too deep into. But recently he was listening to this like Shy Lights collection.
Oh wow.
And there's a tune on there, I'm trying to remember the title, but the song is about, I wish that like marriage had like an expiration date, like a driver's license. Like that's what the song is about.
Wow.
It's
Then you can
oh my
choose at
gosh.
the end of the license.
Yes, whether you want to renew or not. But that's like the whole chorus of it. I was like,
Oh,
these
my Lord.
songs in the 70s. What? Oh God, I can't think of the
Everybody being.
I can't think of the name of this song right now, but the song was hilarious. When I first heard it, I was like,
Oh my God.
because it says, I wish there's a something license. Wish that a marriage license was like a driver's license with
We'll
the
find it.
option to renew or. Oh
Oh my God!
I have to sing.
We're gonna
this
find
song.
it. We're gonna find it. So send it to us, and we're gonna put it right here.
I have to find this song because
we'll put
I
the
was
words up.
like,
Right? I don't have the money to pay y'all right now.
the song was kind of brutal. It was like, dang,
Most of the
it's
songs
that
are
bad, my
They
God.
loved hard.
But you know what? Also, speaking of the Shy Lights, because they had such great both just music and then as singers are wonderful. But the song about it was a sad day when Toby went away. So about the girl that dies of like cancer or something. I don't know. But like, if you ever just sat and listened to the storytelling in them old R&B songs like that, nobody's doing that anymore.
They listen to, you're right.
That's what I miss. I miss the storytelling.
It's the beats and let's get it out quick. And everything sounds like everything. Now, what's funny as a musician, I find it easy to if you call me for a gig and it's last minute, not you, but anybody. I find
That could have been me, because
I mean,
I want to do that.
I know.
But,
But if it's somebody else, not your music,
right.
but somebody else's music, if they call me for a gig last minute, because music is so much the same now, I don't have to rehearse it. I can feel it. You know what I mean? And then I can feel where we're going next and where it's coming and where it's coming up. And it's just like, it's kind of like church now. It's all the same, the floor on the floor, and I can feel where it's going.
Yeah.
And back then you couldn't feel. Steve Harvey said that everybody had a job on the stage back then. You had a bass player, guitar player, singers, dancers, and now we just got, well, I can't say, and our genre is different, but just globally music is changing to the point where it's more digitized and
True. I mean, I feel like we're living in a time where it's a blessing and a curse all at the same time, because the blessing is that unlike previous generations, you can make music from wherever you are. You can make an album and release it from your living room, which is like you can do it on your phone or whatever, which has its upsides because then you don't have to depend on record companies and stuff like that to get your ideas out. So I think that's important. But at the same time, with social media involved and all that, now we've just have an overrun market, and it's so oversaturated. There's so many artists putting music out, and it's like, well, how do I stand out in the midst of all of this? So it puts more pressure on artists.
Something crazy just to stand out,
right?
Or you find your audience and just go to them.
And that's what I've decided to do.
You can't please everybody.
Exactly. Like, I know I'm not for everybody, and that's fine. But I'm for somebody. You know what I'm saying? And I know, and those are the people that I go for. I spent, just being honest, I realized recently I spent a long time trying to be on stage what I thought people wanted me to be.
A lot of people do that.
Or like, where you're being told, well, you need to be like this, this, and this. You need to wear your hair like this, this, and this. You need to wear these kind of clothes. You need to But I realized that, like, as of, recently, I have really, truly been myself on stage. And it has literally opened up so many more doors for me and opportunities. I mean, just being me.
Exactly.
It's the not enough feeling, but you are. You know what I'm saying? And I had to learn that too. Like, I'm enough just being me.
Just being you.
You know what I'm saying? Because those are always the greatest experiences I ever have performing is when I'm just me. When I'm myself. When I'm too in my head about it and I'm trying to be blah, blah, blah. Because it's not that necessarily that I've tried to sound like other people necessarily, but maybe try to do things like.
Your voice to me is so original.
Oh, thank you.
I don't. So there's certain artists in the world who just sound like them, and maybe you don't feel that way because it's you, but I'm outside looking. But in certain artists, I don't hear people that sound like you. You sound different.
Well, thank you. I appreciate
a lot of
that.
people. So it's almost like Aretha Franklin's voice is different.
Yes.
From everybody else's, and you know when she opens her mouth who that is with your eyes closed.
And a lot of people don't realize Aretha could sing literally anything. Everything. Like, people don't know about her jazz albums and stuff like that early on in her career. I mean, she literally was the queen of soul. Like, a few years ago, I got hip to her recording of Only the Lonely. It's like an old standard. It's a ballad. It's just like the saddest song ever, but it's so great. But I've heard several other people sing it. Frank Sinatra, all these other people, but can't nobody touch her singing that song.
Wow, I'm gonna look it up.
Because it just, Aretha Franklin sings Only the Lonely. It moved me so much. Like, I was just like bawling. Like, it's so great. But anyways, I try not to sound just like anybody, but I have influences from so many people, you know.
He don't sound like anybody else. But before we segue, I wanted to ask: are you independent? Are you signed with a label?
Independent.
Do you want to stay independent? We always say yes.
Yes, I mean, I always want to be in a situation where I'm able to own my own masters, because ownership is key. And I realize a lot of artists that previously didn't have that knowledge or have that ability, like, a lot of our artists that are, R&B artists of like the 2000s that was under labels, they're just now getting their masters and stuff and realizing how important that is.
Look in my eyes. What do you see? Diamond tears falling down. Sounds like hail when they hit the ground. Look at these arms. What did they do? Stretching out so far and wide, enclosing you and your love inside. Look at these hands. What did you find? Lifelines full of dishonesty, trembling fingertips on your sleeve. I wish I could tell you why, but I don't know what made me fall. I don't need to tell you how, 'cause I guess you know by now. And all I can say is I'm sorry, baby. I hope you can forgive me someday. Oh.
Okay. So in about 3rd, 4th grade, I used to play Little League basketball. And I had these little Reebok high tops that had the little basketball in the middle of the tongue that you could squeeze
The
and pump
pumps,
them up,
Reebok
the pumps.
Yeah.
So my brother told me that if you pump the shoes up, it's gonna make you run faster. So I'm like, oh, really? So he would pump my shoes up for me and put them on. And he said I would rev up like this, and then I start running and stuff. And they would laugh at me because I had these really long braids and stuff, and my hair used to kind of hold me back from running a little bit. And they said I used to run with my head back like this because my hair was dragging me back. And he would do this all the time. But he said, but look, mentally it gave you, you thought that you could run faster. It's all about the mind. But my brother would do this all the time, and then sometimes I would do it myself. But when I did it myself, I felt like I didn't run as fast. But when my brother pumped up my shoes, I was like, oh man, I'm finna run a marathon.
Oh my goodness.
So yeah,
Did you feel like you was going faster?
I really did. In my mind, I was Speedy Gonzalez. I was really running up that court.
That sounds like something I would do to my sister.
Yeah, so as you know, like I said, I'm the baby. My brother's older. My brother's in the middle. My sister's the oldest. But yeah.
I'm the middle child.
Yeah.
That's what's up. Well, today, guys, I'm wearing black cements. I pulled them out of the closet. Tatiana, like I said, she's wearing the beautiful heels. That's okay. You ain't gotta show them off.
Don't look at my toes though, because I think I chipped my nail polish. I'm wearing some wedges.
You crazy. Shout out to Jordan Sneakers. Shout out to North Face. I would say thank you for the shirt, but you didn't give me the shirt. I bought it, but hopefully I can say thank you.
I should have brought my Nikes. I did have a custom pair of Nikes. I just forgot them. Those is nice though. Those are cute.
almost
They're like
picked those
Care
up, man.
Bears.
I almost picked those up. You see, we got the Care Bears on the shirt.
See what it says though? People don't
Careful, I'm grumpy.
how you dress, how you feel,
Yes,
music is an extension
yes,
of you.
yes. So for me, and I tell this to my students too, you gotta wear what makes you feel most like yourself. I've always loved dresses, and I've been wearing flowers in my hair since I was a little girl. I always loved flowers.
Every time I see you.
Yeah, shout out to Billie Holiday. But I've always loved flowers in my hair, and I think ever since my mom put a little plastic blue flower in my hair, and I was like 5 years old, and I was like, this is me, I love this. So I've been wearing flowers forever. But I just like, I feel comfortable. I like to wear dresses. I'm kind of old school. I like the pretty and the glam. Like if there was a time period I could go back to,
20s.
I liked the 40s actually.
I like the 20s.
Because it was
20s.
just tailored. I liked how everybody was
that
tailored.
too.
But wearing 20s was cool too, but I like
Doing the Charleston.
yeah, I like that. I like the 70s. I like the 90s. But anyway, I like to dress. I like dresses. I like wearing like pants stuff too. But it's just, like I'm really picky on like how I look in certain things. But I love like wearing dresses. They just make me feel comfortable. If I used to be really glammy all the time. I'm a little less glammy now. Like I am relaxed glam now, but I'm talking about I used to be coming out in glitter, like glittery gowns, like early on.
Yeah,
but
but
I'm like,
somebody follow you with a fan and just throw your
no, not like that. What I would love, what I would love though, I would love to like get with a stylist and like get somebody to like design dresses for me. Like I'm trying to find, I need to find
that's what this is for.
like a black dress designers, I would love to get with somebody and do that whole ordeal.
Okay.
How do you dress when you record? Are you still
No,
To play drums.
I'm in like leggings and t-shirts when I go teach a lot of times. Like I'm comfy. Plus also, I be teaching people how to breathe and stuff. And sometimes you got to get on the floor, blah, blah. So I dress a little bit more comfortably when I'm teaching versus when I'm performing. When I'm performing, I'm always got to be, decked down or whatever. Sometimes a little bit more than this. But, more casual unless we're doing like a recording where there's like a photo shoot happening. Then I might I'll be casual, but I'll like dress it up a little bit and put on a face,
Okay. Well, last question before we go, before you give us a performance. Talk to the little black girls out there about who want to be artists, who want to be in your shoes. Get them some pointers, some motivation, or tell them things you may have learned along the way that can help them out.
First and foremost, always be yourself. Do things for you and not anybody else. Learn all that you can learn. There's never too much knowledge. If you want to do something, do it. Learn it. And always know that you're enough, you're beautiful, you're amazing, and you're special. That's what you need to know.
That's dope.
And you'll get wherever you want to go. Have that faith. In my case, I believe in the Lord. My strength comes from there.
Me too.
But you gotta have that kind of balance and just go out and do it. Just go and do stuff and don't let anybody tell you that you can't. Don't accept no for an answer. Do it. Yes, absolutely. Do it afraid. If you're afraid, that's fine. Just go on and do it anyway.
That's beautiful. Well, I appreciate you. Look like the storm.
Yeah.
The storm is kicking us out.
Yeah, oh.
The lightning. I appreciate you, girl. I love you. Congratulations on the marriage. Congratulations on the future. And I will see you again. If you need me in the studio, I'm there. I'm there.
Thank you, brother.
And I need to get that number to the string so we can get this done.
For sure.
Shout out to everybody out there. Thank you for listening. We appreciate you for say it again.
Yes.
Y'all was gonna get this.
Yeah,
Well, you go ahead and do the shout out.
Big shout out to Dacia Board. Letting us use Dacia Board Gallery for 2 of these interviews. Jeremy Biggers is the artist.
Shout out,
A lot of
Jeremy.
his pieces are selling out quickly, so you can go to Dacia Board Gallery .com and acquire and inquire.
We
But
out.
yeah, #1 gallery in DFW.
Number 1.
Thank you, guys. See you next time.
chapter is near. I feel the pages turning, a new year path is clear. The next chapter is here. Living in a brand new season, all old fears disappear. The next chapter is near. I feel the pages turning.